Hi yogis, welcome to class. Today is our Chillax practice. We are going to move through this simple, relaxing flow and really just kind of chill out. So taking advantage of some slow movements and some time and some deep held poses. You are going to want at least, well, you're going to need 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. You can do the shapes without them. And you might want a strap as well. I am going to show you how to use all of those props. But before we get started, I want you to just think about our mantra today. And it's a mantra that I really like, and I think that we don't, especially as women, I think that we don't take enough time really taking to heart. And today's mantra is, I am enough. So as we move through our lives and our days, we tend to always be trying to get something else in there. One more load of laundry, do one more task before bedtime, get one more thing done at work. Always trying to be a little bit more and do a little bit more. And I would propose that maybe that doesn't serve us always. Of course, it's great to have a goal, but sometimes it's nice to slow down and remember that whatever it is that you're doing, I know you're giving 100% and you are enough. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We are actually going to use our prop, one of our props right off the bat. I'm going to use this block at the end of my mat here, and a familiar pose with a just a bit of a twist here. So bringing your feet up on top of the blocks. So soles of the feet together, maybe a little bit of space in between the soles, and let the knees flow out in our Baddha Konasana. So we're going to, or bound angle, we're going to roll down onto the backs here, and keep in mind that anytime a shape is not working for you, you can certainly alter it to meet your needs, but we are going to try this a little bit of elevation in the feet. And notice how it shows up in this shape. It's going to be a little bit more intense. Maybe draw your awareness to maybe something that you haven't felt before in this pose. So as we settle in to our practice, go ahead and melt into your mat. Your feet are up on the blocks. We're not here for a super long time, so if you're experiencing sensations that are different or unfamiliar, try to just breathe into them. Let's relax through the hips. Remember your mantra, I am enough. And as you exhale, just let that space fill in. The palms are floating towards the ceiling or turned up. The shoulders are easy here. Try to see if there's any tension that you can let go of, especially in this unfamiliar pose. Breathing deeply in and out through the mouth. Releasing yourself of any duties here. Bringing your focus to you in this time to just chill out. If you're clenching your jaw, go ahead and open and close. We're going to go ahead and use our hands and pull the knees in towards each other here, and then maybe stepping the feet off the block and taking a few just real easy sways side to side, a little bit of a windshield wiper motion here, to the right and to the left. And then you can move that block out of the way. We don't need it right now, but keep it handy. And then if you want your strap, go ahead and grab that. Keeping the left foot on the mat and just bringing the right foot into the strap. Go ahead and take maybe 2 wraps around the edges of the feet. Keep the strap in the arch of the foot, and then gently pull that leg back towards your head. So we're not really trying to yank into this shape. It's really just about a gentle stretch right now. Keeping your hips square, shoulders are square, and releasing any tension. Just a nice, easy back release here. Maybe keeping a slight bend in the knee. Now let's extend that left leg long. Maybe keeping the bend in that knee, maybe not. Maybe gently pulling right leg a little bit closer to the head. Beautiful, and then go ahead and bend that knee and just switch it out. So slide that left foot in there, put the right foot on the mat. Keeping that little bend until you've kind of noticed what's going on here, and then pull that left foot so that it's maybe right over your face. Keeping perhaps a little bend. Starting to work it straight. If you are able to hyperextend your knee, so if you're very flexible through your joints here, make sure you keep the kneecap engaged so that you don't hyperextend here. And then maybe extending that right leg long. If that creates tension, always know that you can back out of any shape. Relax your shoulders. Take a few deep breaths here. We're taking this time to chill out, to remember that you are enough, whatever you're doing, wherever along this shape you found yourself, knee bent, foot on the floor, wherever it was, you are enough in this shape. Tomorrow will be different. Beautiful. And then go ahead and release that left foot down. Put the strap off to the side. We will need it again. And then just pull the knees in towards the heart space. Take a little rock to the right and to the left. And from here, we're going to rock up. You can roll over to the side if that works better for you. I'm just going to rock up and then come straight over the feet until I come to my downward facing dog. So hands are about shoulder width, head is heavy here. Playing around, I'm rocking up onto my toes and then pushing the heels to the mat, pushing into the right foot and then the left foot, and then melting the head down, relaxing the shoulders. Walking the feet towards each other, big toes touch, look towards the hands, step the right foot forward in between the hands, and just bring the left knee down. From here, keep that back foot down on the mat, and then sweep the arms all the way up, reaching up, lifting up, looking up, and then sinking the hips nice and low. So because we're chilling in this shape, we're going to bring our arms down to a nice cactus arm here. Keep leading with the heart. Good. Inhale, reach up, and then bring those hands back down to the mat. We're going to step back into our downward facing dog. So right foot steps back to meet the left. Head is heavy. Look towards the hands, simply moving to the other side. Left foot comes forward, right knee comes down, release the right foot. Come up onto fingertips first, root down through that left heel, and then sweep the arms up and melt your shoulders down as you open up into cactus arms. Perfect. Both hands come down. This time we're going to step forward with that right foot into a forward fold. So the feet come hip width, melting down over the legs, bending the knees as deeply as you need to. Take a nice big in-breath, exhale everything out, and then find a half lift here. So fingertips on the mat or on a block underneath you if that feels better. Half lift. And then exhale, we're just going to sit down. So hips to heels, sitting down. Nice, and coming to a nice easy seat. So I'm just turning so that you can see me, see what's going on, and finding this little angle here. Easy pose, your right leg is in front of your left, and we're just going to walk the fingers behind, looking out over the right shoulder. Left hand comes to left knee, right arm is long behind you. And then walking the hands to the other side, left arm comes behind you, right arm comes to the right knee. Look out over the back shoulder. Come back through center, switch the legs. Left foot comes in front of the right. Notice how this shows up, and it's okay, you're enough with whatever shape you find. So if you can't get the legs close like this, maybe they're out a little bit more or stacked on top of each other, that's okay. Look out over the left shoulder, find this twist, exhale. Inhale, walking the hands over to the other side, look over the other shoulder. Nice, come back through center, and then we're just going to plant the hands at the front of the mat, step back and find your way to your downward facing dog. Press heels to the mat, look up towards the hands, taking a little bit of a flow here. Stepping that right foot forward, back into that low lunge, reach up and find your way right into those cactus arms. Inhale, sweep those hands back to the mat, step forward into your forward fold, and melt over the legs. Bend the left knee and bump the right hip over towards the left. You'll feel it up the right leg, and then bend the right leg and bump the left hip towards the left. Back through center, flat back, fold, plant the hands, step back with the right foot, right knee comes down, back into that low lunge, reach the arms all the way up, cactus arms. Perfect, both hands come down. We're stepping back into our downward facing dog. Left leg meets right, hands are shoulder width. Rock forward, find your way to your plank shape, knees come down, lower down between the arms, right into your cobra pose, hands plant, lift head, heart, and shoulder, lower, straight back down, right into that downward facing dog, up and back. Nice. All right, one more time through that little flow. Right leg reaches up behind you and steps between the hands. Left knee comes down. This time when we reach up, we lift up out of the heart. Nice. Exhale, settle back down. So the hips come down. You're finding the right thigh parallel to the mat. And then drop the right arm over the right hip and lean with that left arm nice and long. Inhale, back up. Perfect. Both hands come down, curl the left toes under, step back into your downward facing dog. Left leg is stepping forward on your inhale. Step forward, right knee comes down, reach up, find your way all the way up to that low lunge, sink back over that right leg, push that left heel into the mat, and then plant it down and slide the left knee right over the ankle. And then the right arm, or left arm, sweeps down over the left hip and reach super duper long. Inhale, back up through center. Both hands come down either side of that front foot. We're stepping forward all the way to the top of the mat. Forward fold, melt over the legs. And then reach the arms nice and wide. Come all the way up. Stand up nice and tall. Reach up, look up. Drag the hands down the front of the body, all the way down. Step back with your right foot, and then your left foot, and right up and back to your downward facing dog. Big toes might be touching here, finding space between the shoulder blades, gripping into the mat with your fingertips. Look forward. Right leg comes forward on your inhale. Left leg meets it. Sweep the arms nice and wide, reach all the way up. Good, a little bit faster. Hands drag down through the center. Inhale, half lift. Stepping back with the left leg this time, and then the right. Right into your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Left leg comes forward. Right leg meets it. Sweep the arms nice and wide and up. Palms drape down all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Right leg steps back, left leg steps back, downward facing dog. And then rolling forward, finding your way to that plank shape. Keep the knees up if you can. If you're not feeling it today, you can drop the knees down. And then we're going to lower down to the mat. Chaturanga down. Once you're down there, release the toes, find your way to that cobra. Lift the heart. Exhale, melt. Little baby cobra, inhale, lift. Exhale, melt. Last one, baby cobra, lift up, look forward. And then melt all the way down to the mat. We're going to push back, find your way to that child's pose. Knees stay close together, hips to heels. Sit back and down, forehead on the mat. Remember that wherever you find yourself in your practice, you are enough. Say it to yourself over and over. I am enough. From here, we're going to push up and we're going to sit down on the mat. So go ahead and sit down, feet reaching forward, toes are nice and long. You can use a block here or you can use the strap if you like. I'm not going to use either, but I'm going to show you where they go. You can put the strap right around the soles of the feet. Just be careful not to pull yourself into this shape. You're just using it for a little bit of support and maybe to deepen into the shape without pulling. Otherwise, you're going to let that strap go and just let the hands fall next to your side, maybe the floor on either side. And instead of the very rigid flat back fold that we usually do, tuck your chin in towards your collarbone, round through the back and melt over the legs. So keep the hands someplace here on the floor with this rounded back. And just melt over the legs. I am enough. 3 more breath cycles here. Taking the hands by the knees, lifting back up. Nice. Reach the arms around behind you, interlace the fingers behind you, and just lift up out of the heart here. Might feel good. Fingertips can come to the mat if that feels good. Maybe you reach the arms back towards the floor, head might fall back. And release the hands. And we're just going to sweep forward, crossing at the ankles, rolling over those legs, finding your way up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment, find your way into this shape. Head is heavy here. Heels might not reach the mat, but that's okay. They don't need to. If you're getting a nice stretch up the back body, they don't need to. Left leg is going to reach up and back and then step between the hands. So you're stepping between the hands. I'm going to show you with a block here for ease of the shape. So the block comes inside my left foot, and then my right foot plants down, and the right arm is going to reach up towards the sky here. So just find a nice extended side angle here. Try not to dump into that block if it's underneath you. You're just using it for a little bit of support. If you don't have a block handy, you're right here, elbow on your knee. Now from here, we're going to reach that right arm forward towards the front of the room. Take that nice big stretch. Oh, that feels so good. And then sweep the right arm down, around, and all the way back up. And forward. Taking these nice gentle circles through the shoulders. And last one, reaching back up and overhead. Rooting down through the feet. Make sure you're bent into that left knee. Sweep the right arm up and back, warrior two. Very nice. And then flip the palm, reverse triangle. So straighten the left leg, reach up towards the sky. And then warrior two, bend into the knee. Inhale, reverse triangle. Take that nice big stretch up the left side. Reverse, or back to warrior. And then reverse triangle, warrior shape. Now just moving that block out of the way, but keeping it handy, we'll come back to it. Windmill the hands down, step back, find your way to your downward facing dog. Breathe out through the nose if that works for you, if you're not congested today. Inhale, look forward, roll forward, and then chaturanga down to the mat. Once you get all the way down there, move your hands to the outside of your mat. So come up onto spider fingers at the outside corners and then press into the mat, lift the head, heart, and shoulders, and look up. So if this creates a lot of tension, you can bring the hands down, you can bring them closer to you and push up from here. It's a big back bend. It's called seal pose. Head can be heavy here. Again, your hands can be flat and a little bit wider than your mat, looking down at the end of your mat. Or you can be up on the spider fingers a little bit further away. This is more intense for the back. It's more muscle. Maybe not for you today in our chillaxing practice. And then we're going to lower all the way down. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, curl the toes under, find your way up and back, downward facing dog. Let's go find that extended side angle on the second side. So the right leg reaches up and back, step between the hands, plant left foot down, and your friendly neighborhood block comes inside the foot. Right hand comes onto the block, knee is right over the ankle, reach the left arm up. Nice. Be careful not to dump into the thigh. If you need to come up, the block has many different levels. You don't have to keep the knee right over the ankle. It can be behind if that's a better shape for you and you need to work a little higher. Let's find those arm circles, reach forward, around, and up. See how still you can keep the body here. I am enough right where I am. Feels good to just move through the arms. Nice. Reach overhead with that left arm, sink low, root down through the right heel and the left foot, and then sweep up and open into your warrior two. From your warrior two, you're going to flip the palm, straighten the right leg, find your way back into that reverse triangle. It's a little bit of a back bend here. Exhale, warrior two, sink low, reach long. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, reach. Inhale, reverse. And reach. Nice, last one, reverse. And then we're going to sweep the hands all the way down either side of that front foot, move the block out of the way, and step back. Downward facing dog. Relax your shoulders. Find your way to your child's pose. Knees come down, release the toes. Sit back, hips to heels, forehead on the mat. Your elbows can come to the mat on either side of your head. Your hands can come to prayer overhead and they can come to the back of your head. Fingertips come to the mat. And we're just going to walk forward on our mat so that we can sit back down. From here, we're going to take our blocks. We're going to find a very deep back bend. One block goes right along where your spine is. The other block is going to catch your head. This is a supported fish pose. Feet stay bent, or knees stay bent, feet on the floor to get into this shape. You can decide what happens once you're there. The block starts between the shoulder blades, a little bit below where the shoulder blades start. You can adjust that too. And the head comes down onto the block that's meant to catch the head. The shoulders roll on either side of the block, and you're nice and secure on the mat. So if this is too high for you, you can do this without the blocks. You can just come to your fish shape. And sometimes an intense pose is not the same as an inaccessible pose. But remember to work with what you're working with today. Maybe back bending isn't your jam today. That's all right. See where you can relax here. Can you soften the shoulders? Close the eyes perhaps. We're not here too long. Last big breath here. Inhale all the way into the nose. Fill up into all the corners of the torso. The heart is lifted up. Fill in behind it. And then exhale, relax. From this shape, there are many ways out of it. I like to use my legs to help me. I grab behind the knee and I pull up. If you prefer to rock over towards the side and come up that way, you certainly can. And now we can move these blocks out of the way. We do not need them again. We do need the strap. So we're coming down with our strap, lassoing that right leg again, just like we did at the beginning of class, still keeping a slight bend in that knee. Left leg reaches long this time. Taking the strap in the left hand and drawing the leg across the body for a twist until that foot comes to the mat. So you might have to hike your hips a little bit. The right arm reaches long towards the right and look out over the right shoulder. Maybe close the eyes. Whatever is going on in your day, a twist is really great for relieving tension, wringing everything out, especially after those back bends and forward folds. They feel really good. Using your hands and the strap, unravel here. So coming back up through center. Make sure before you go anywhere, you realign. So the hips are square on the mat again, the shoulders are square on the mat. First, find that shape and then extend that right leg long. Hold on to the strap with your right hand and sweep over towards the left. The left arm reaches out. If this creates too much tension, if this is really intense for you, that left arm can hang out on the hip. If the straight leg doesn't work for you, you can keep the feet together and bend the knees and bring them down over towards the left. So there's all kinds of ways to find your version of your twist today. And then maybe looking over the left shoulder here, seeing what you can relax. Taking tiny sips of air. And then using your hands and the straps, everything you have at your disposal, unwind and then find your way back up to a comfortable seat. Finding whatever shape works for you. So maybe a nice easy pose, maybe sitting up on a block. Let the shoulders roll down. Close the eyes for another few moments. Bringing to mind your mantra for practice, I am enough. You just gave yourself this practice to relax and chill out. Remember that you are enough. You do more than enough. Every little bit that you give is enough. Wherever you show up in your day, it's enough. Thank you for joining me on the mat for this Chillax practice today. I hope that you feel very relaxed and ready to tackle whatever comes next. Have a fabulous rest of your week. Namaste, yogis.